Welcome to Theresa and Matt in the Morning, episode 4.
I'm Matt.
I'm Theresa. This week in sports, we just had the Pro Bowl last week, and we have the Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
Did you see any of the Pro Bowl?
I did not.
I got to see a little bit. It was a little bit different because they had actual teammates playing against each other. Like they showed the one, I think it was one of the defense guys for Cleveland took on the wide receiver for the on his own right wide receiver. He said it was pretty neat. I didn't watch the whole game. The last score I seen was like 14-14 and stuff. But it looked a lot more interesting than the other Pro Bowls in the past.
Well, it's also been the first one where it's unconference, so I'm kind of glad it went well because they've never ran it like this before. So that was a real interesting part for me.
Yeah.
That was very neat.
You're getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yes, the countdown is on. I don't know how it's going to be being played outside for the first time without a dome in New Jersey.
Yeah, they're talking snow and around 30 degrees for the weather. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Paying $1,000 a ticket to sit outside this time of year.
I did hear on the radio yesterday on one of the fan stations on my way down here from Minnesota that the tickets are actually dropping in prices now because a lot of people, I guess, are not willing to do that. They're not going to sit out in that cold stadium, especially they think it's going to be down into the 20s or so by the time the kickoff actually is kicking off and stuff.
Well, I remember when the Packers played in Dallas a couple years ago, there were people that had paid tickets and then they got there and their seats weren't guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So I think people are starting to get picky with what they spend their money. I mean, that's an expensive ticket to go to, so I could see why that would affect the prices for this one.
Right now, the edge goes. A lot of people are saying Seattle. The defense will all do it, and then the weather's going to favor Seattle since they have a better running back than Denver does.
And I agree with that. But this is, I think, probably might be Manning's last year, so I think he's going to come ready to play.
I think so too.
Some hard knocks.
I think so too. I think he's gonna say this is it, and he'll probably go out. If he wins, he'll go out on top.
Their one weakness is their defense. Denver, they've always relied on their offense to outscore the other team to win games. If they lose, I bet that's going to be their one weakness.
Could be. And Minnesota is going to put in for the 2018 Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Right after they get their new stadium built, that's what they were talking. They're gonna get everything lined up to put the bid in for the 2018 Super Bowl.
Mention next week.
All right. Next week we'll have our special guest. He was supposed to be here this week but wasn't able to make it. We'll have Steve Keevil to come talk about Ohio sports. Mm-hmm. That's it for this week. Have a nice couple days. We'll see you after the Super Bowl.
You go.